What's up, Tipsies? It's Twyla, and I am coming to you from Glasgow. Well, I am rounding out my little weekend trip in Glasgow. The first day started out awesome. Just exploring, especially the shopping district. Shopping district is huge, and I'm proud of myself. I only got one thing, and that was a raincoat because I haven't been able to find a raincoat, not in plus size in any regular store. So I found a plus size store called Yours, and so I was able to get a raincoat, and I was super happy about that. But then the night took a turn for the worse. Yeah, I don't know, like it was just kind of like a feeling as, I got on the bus, I got here, got to the Airbnb. The Airbnb is fantastic. The guy, Ray, who I staying with, has got a little daughter who's super sweet, and he's sweet, and his accent is adorable. I love his accent, and I can actually understand his accent. Like my flatmate, like I can't understand her, but him, I could understand him, but every word was like lyrical the way he talks. It was fantastic. But yeah, so it was fantastic with the Airbnb. He's really nice and everything, and then going out and checking things out, that was great. And then I checked things out, did a lot of walking around. Then I came back. I wanted to go out. Like I'm just like, I'm gonna put on my big girl panties. I don't feel like going out to eat alone tonight, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And maybe like go to a bar and have a couple drinks in the evening, like I rarely ever do. And I'm just like, I'm gonna do it, even though I don't really feel like it. And so I took my shower, I got, all cute, and then as I was preparing to leave, I kept dropping stuff. Like every time I kept dropping stuff as if the universe was telling me, girl, don't go. Don't go. Like I had to keep picking up stuff that I kept dropping, like delaying me leaving. So the universe was telling me, girl, don't go out. You need to stay in tonight. And sure enough, I should have stayed in. Because I went out and I went to try and find some place to eat. And either places were too packed and I was a little too, I guess you could say, intimidated to go into these super packed places. And then some places seemed too fancy, and I am on a budget. And then I was just trying to find a vibe, and I couldn't find it. And then finally I found a place that seemed legit, nice little vibe. And I go in there, I sit down, and she brings me a menu and all this stuff, and I tell her what I want, and then she comes back and it's just like, oh, the kitchen's closed. It was 7 o'clock on a Saturday night. 7. And your kitchen's closed? The kitchen's closed at 7 o'clock on a Saturday night. So I rolled up out of there, and at that point I was 2 through. And so I went ahead and went to Five Guys. Now you can go to Five Guys anywhere in the United States, but you know what? I went to Five Guys. So I went to Five Guys, and I ate there, and it was all right. The meat on the hamburgers is bland. They don't season it, and so that bothers me. But whatever. It was cool. And then as I'm leaving, my precious shirt gets snagged. It's this beautiful coral blouse. It's just beautiful. It's such a beautiful blouse. It gets caught on a chair and gets snagged. I don't even realize it. I was like on my way out, I was going to the bathroom, and I'm walking down the stairs to go to the bathroom. I look down and see like thread everywhere, and I'm like, what? I look down, totally snagged my beautiful favorite blouse. I was 2 through. And then at that point, my mood plummeted. I was done. I was done. I was walking, I walked back to the bus to head back to the Airbnb, and as I was walking by, I finally see a bar that actually I would want to go into. It was kind of a nice bar, like a little bit upscale without being too upscale, but you know, it's a little bit upscale with, and there was literally almost all men in there. Like, there was a few women here and there, but it was like the ladies hadn't made it yet. And so there was all these, like, good-looking, like, dressed to perfection in, like, suits and dress slacks and vests or whatever. Oh, my God. Just a glance, I was like, oh. And my mood was so foul that I didn't even go in. I just kept going. Like, why would I want to go? I got thread hanging from my blouse because it got jacked. Like, I was just not in the mood. So I came back. I went to the little co-op grocery store. I got me some wine. I got me some peanuts. I put on my pajamas and made it a Netflix night. I was through. I was done. So that was my first day in Glasgow. Started off great, ended not so great. So then today I woke up fresh, new attitude. Like yesterday didn't even exist. I'm just like, today's a new day. So I'm just like, I took another shower. I put on my face again, and I put on one of my favorite dresses. One of my favorites. I love this dress. I love it. It was like, I don't know how far and wide the store Rainbow goes, but it's one of those like super cheap stores. This dress was like $10, and it is like super bold and obnoxious, but at the same time it works and bohemian, and I love it. And so I put this dress on, put my face on, and was like, today's a new day. And I swear, it was like, instead of saying hammer, instead it was Twyla, please don't hurt him. Because I had an interesting interaction with a Scot at a bar. Take a look. I'm in a rather authentic Scottish bar, and I think oh, thank you. Anyway, I'm in a authentic bar. It looks like mostly Scots do come here, locals. And this guy over here spotted me and about fell out his chair, I guess. And he's like, oh, hey. I can't. And then a group of guys over here, you know, when you come walking by and someone whispers something to someone and then everybody gets quiet and their eyes follow you? Yeah, that's what happened. So it looked like they were just getting off work. It's just too funny. I'll try and get a video of them. So hold on. That guy there was the one that was trying to hit on me. And then those guys over there were the ones who were trying to incognito look at me. It's hilarious. It was hilarious. Like, he nicknamed me Smiler. He's like, hey, Smiler. At least I think that's what he was saying, because, you know, his accent was thick. I'm just like, hey, and he kept winking at me, and then he he asked me for my digits, or if I wanted his digits, cracking me up. I'm like, digits? He's like, isn't that what the Americans say? I'm thinking, like, a long time ago, maybe. Oh man. And then just walking about my day, yes, I know this is very boobalicious, but walking about my day, I'm just like, there were men that was just like, what? What? So sometimes you have a bad day, but other times, you just, you attract good attention. And, and they seemed quite taken aback by me today. A lot of them weren't brave enough to approach me, but there were quite a few double takes, or not even a double take, just the... I love that. I love that. Old, young, whatever. There was an old man that I swear I walked by and he was just... And I'm like, nah, dude, nah, Grandpa. But thank you. Thank you for the compliment. So, sometimes you're going to have your moments and sometimes you're not. And not every day traveling solo is going to be amazing. Not every day. And I'd have to say that probably more often than not, you're going to have more days than good. You're going to have... You're going to have homesick days. You're going to have culture shock days. You're going to have bored, like you're completely bored out of your mind days. Especially if you're working for yourself. You're not going to a job every day. Or even like not living abroad and solo, but traveling solo. Last year, when I went on my solo trip by myself, mind you, like I said before, I had a little IUD issues, and so I was kind of depressed at times. But even then, you have your highs and lows. You have your days that you don't mind eating alone, and then you have your days where you're just like, I really hate eating alone, and I really want someone there to eat with me. Or the days that everyone ignores you. There's like no one who wants to sit and chat. And then there's days that everyone wants to chat. So you can't let that stop you, though. You can't let it stop you, the bad days. Because oftentimes the good days outweigh like 5 of the bad. So you might have 2 or 3 out of 5 good days. Like you have like 2 or 3 good days out of 5 really crappy days. But oftentimes those 2 or 3 good days will outweigh all of those 5 days of crappiness. So just remember that and still go for it. And here's a little bit of my weekend in Glasgow. I love you, Tipsies. Mwah. This bar has the world's tiniest sinks. Look at it. Like, look, my hand spreads. I have relatively small hands. It spreads across the whole thing. It's tiny. They're tiny. They're baby sinks. I love it. All right, and that's my weekend in Glasgow. And I'm heading back to Edinburgh tomorrow. And then in a week and a half, I will be on my way to Aberdeen to hang out with a new friend and spend some time exploring castles. So hopefully I'll have some awesome video for you then. Otherwise, until then, stay tipsy, my friends. And if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to follow me on my journey, hit that subscribe button down below, and then don't forget to hit the bell, because if you hit the bell, you get notifications every time I drop a new video.